Okay, is this working? Yay, I'm live, apparently. Being particularly slow. Definitely working, it's just behind. How satisfied am I on the streaming? I don't know. Fairly satisfied. Unless I click the wrong side. I don't know. Apparently one person is watching, that's probably me. Anyway, I'm going to start up some BeamNG Drive and smash some snowmen because I believe this is the last day we can do it. Or maybe that's tomorrow, but either way, that is going to be the last time we can actually smash the snowmen. So I'll get my controller up. I've got my webcam here. I got it cheap because it's a slightly older model. Still fairly decent though. Just get this controller. Yes, I have an Xbox controller. I need to remember which axis everything moves on. I should know this by now. I've been living for many, many years, but, you know, things sometimes pass me by. I have done some of the snowmen, but not all of them. So I think East Coast USA would be a good place to start, provided we haven't destroyed all the snowmen. There's one you'll see on the loading menu. I think I'll move the YouTube doodad. Kilobits per second is apparently in the red. I don't know. I'm going to move the Windows doodad though, so it's going to hopefully display on my other monitor, the one I'm looking at now. Just do it now, actually. Oh, so many stuff. I don't want to use Chrome, but it seems Opera wouldn't live stream. Either that or I was doing something so stupid, so I just downloaded Chrome and it was done with. It seems to be definitely lagging behind, as I said, but the actual live stream doesn't seem too unhealthy. I'm able to play it now. I'll play it at 144p on my end, just in case that is part of what's causing it. Having to stream it up and then stream it down again. Just as long as I know it's running, that is, I think, more crucial than ever. And indeed, the Burnside has spawned. We're just under 2 minutes in now, and no one's chattered yet. But anyway, this is not the car I want. This is a older version of it. I have a newer version, which I would like to use. Come on. I feel like these should have bonnet ornaments, honestly, because they are like that. One moment. Is that the cat? Okay, so it doesn't seem to be getting through. Right. This is not going well. Considering my cat and then the live stream going a bit funny. Stream health was in green though, apparently. I don't know. Okay. Is this working now? Anyway, there's a huge delay between what I see and what's actually on the stream, but it does appear to be functioning now. The cat is actually fed, and there's a snowman there. There we go. Somehow I actually hit that. I don't really know how. I've got my sunburst coloured Burnside with sunburst wheels, coincidentally, to try and get some snowmen. I can hear one round here. Come on. Where's it hiding? I know there's a snowman somewhere around here. It's just where exactly. Yeah, just as I suspected, going up here, the sound has disappeared. So it's definitely not up this side of the street. Also, I'm going to load my frame per second meter up because I get nervous about this stuff. I'm getting good FPS apparently. Getting 30 FPS, so not the best, but it should do something. Do I remember seeing one up here, just to the left now? Oh, there it is. I don't know where I saw that. I think it must have been on a video or something ages ago now, but we can hopefully get him. No, okay. I'm just going to cheat my way to get that snowman. Ow. Help, what have I done? I think I've turned the Burnside into part of a tree. Why am I so cruel? Why am I so cruel to this poor old car? Oh, wrong button. And it's through. A very rolly snowman procuration, but a snowman procuration which was complete. And it's onto its wheels now, so we should be able to reset it, but I think in the spirit of festivities of something that's not anymore Christmas, we shall drive it as it is. You know, I did manage to somewhat rescue the car, so why not use it that way? Hi. That's what happens when you look at cameras while driving, by the way. The passenger might have got out of that. It didn't actually look too badly wrecked, to be entirely honest. I look at the camera and then suddenly it's crashed. It's taken a long, long time to reset this. Oh dear. And we've deflated a tyre. Come on, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Really? Is that tyre that's deflated of all of them? I just don't know what to make of it. This is on a lead sled with leaf springs because it's actually better for lowness than the race ones. And indeed, that axle is very content to stick to the ground. You're just a wheel. Why do you have such attachment to dry tarmac? Oh dear. And reset, respawn, whatever you might call it. Finally, we're on our way. Slightly low frame rate, but can I hear something? Not here, at least, no. Am I on the right side of the road? Well, I'm on the right side of the road, but I'm on the correct side of the road. Oh dear. We can maybe go around here. There's another bridge up there. I'm interested if they've maybe hidden one on there. It's always a possibility. So we can have a look. I feel like this is a bridge we've just gone across, though. There's a present up there also. And I didn't think of this through before, because just looking briefly at this, I've got that power graph there. That must be so annoying. But anyway, it's gone now, so all is well that ends well, I guess, up there. I do like driving this vehicle, though. I mean, it feels like it's the Burnside that finally has a bit of a kick to it, a bit of a acceleratory boost, which is what it is. I mean, the what do you call it? The custom never gave me that feeling, though. The custom just doesn't have the same grip as this. This has a Sunburst RS race tyres and wheels all around, and it really does give it a fair decent amount of grip. The suspension is also very, very low, but kind of soft, and that collectively does help a lot. Ooh, I'm hearing jingling. I'm hearing jingling, and it's getting more and more prominent up here. So I suspect... Oh, there you are. Hanging out where no snowman should be hanging out. Reverse, and then hopefully accelerate. Come on. Hopefully we can back this up, and... We've lost the headlight. Maybe that was from that tiny bump there into a bin, yeah. It's by the bin. At least I've put it where it belongs. Any other jinglings? Come on. It's worth having a look around the town area to see. Oh, I might actually have one person watching. Yay! That'll be something. But, you know, it's good, I think, to play with this live stream stuff, even though I don't really understand what I'm doing. I was thinking briefly before I set this stream off, maybe I could do some fake news actually on live stream. That would be pretty amusing. Live fake news, just making fun of, I don't know, news. Because it's all too political these days. Everything's political. Oh, I hear jingling. And indeed there's a snowman here. I think I had it here before, but I didn't win it over for whatever reason. Because I guess I was waiting for that special moment, and then that special moment never came. Until today. Which, if you call it that special moment, is, I guess. This guy's holding together well. Considering I've looked at 4 snowmen down, 6 to go, so it says. Oh dear. Don't want to go too fast into here. Gently does it, and round. Just sneak around here. I don't imagine there's one round this area specifically, but I could be wrong. Have we been up here? I think we might have actually, so it might be time to kind of loop around. Oh dear. The car suddenly seemed to pull to the right. I wasn't really watching the screen, I will admit. I've got so much to look at around here just to keep me amused, I guess you could say. But, oh dear. Don't want to keep it in the high RPMs too much. You can over-rev damage this vehicle. Ooh, bump, bump. So, this is kind of a different area. There should be a snowman somewhere around here. Where specifically, I don't know, but there should be one somewhere. Come on. Oh, brake, brake, brake. Somehow I slowed it into that corner. I'm not sure how that happened. I mean, it is drum brakes front and rear. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't believe there's a mod that changes it to disc brakes or anything. So, the best I could do is drum brakes with race pads all around. Ooh. I see it, I think. Yeah, I think I see it. No, I don't. But I might know where it is. If I'm hearing this correctly. Yes, indeed. And actually, what a pretty view we've got over here. I don't think I've stumbled upon this area before. I guess the good thing about the snowmen, it really does get you to explore the beam maps a little more. I think I'm tired of this car though for the time being, so if we can just park it up here. Just look at how beautiful it is though over that edge. Lovely. And I would say get a sunburst, but it would have the exact same colour scheme, and it would just, I don't know, it wouldn't be interesting to me. Soliad 4000, let's have a look at this then. I think we could have a Soliad wagon. This is a mod after all. But how about if we just get the best kind of 4-cylinder Soliad, I guess you could get. The SE wagon with... yeah, let's get in bright orange. It's a dad car other than the colour, pretty much. And see how this goes. This is front wheel drive now, and why hasn't it got any hubcaps? Seems a bit strange. Either way, the car is spawned and it's fully working. It could be a lot worse, I'll put it that way. Just have one final look. It is easier to drive in the Burnside, I can't deny that, just because it's front wheel drive, although there's less grip available. I can feel that in it. I can feel, and maybe the suspension isn't as good, but the Burnside was more of an adjusted race car, which I tuned myself, so it's not really that surprising if it's the case. And what do we have down here? Have a look. I don't know. This is what would I say? I don't know. My mind's gone. It's just a reliable old American estate, isn't it? What more can you really take from it? I think it's supposed to be like a Pontiac of sorts, or at least a Pontiac branded vehicle. I can drive this from interior cam as well because it's actually got a RPM gauge, so I'm not worried about over-revving it. And it appears to at least have a rev limiter, so even if I do come close to over-revving it, there's not as much risk. Mind the Burnside, it wasn't easy, to be entirely honest. There was a cut-off point, and usually by the time you've hit that, you've realised you've revved too high and you need to shift up anyway, so, you know, that wasn't the hardest thing to drive from that perspective. And, well, are we going? Oh, come on, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. I'm not hearing any jingling. And we're back here again. So it looks like that part of the map at least is vaguely explored. How many snowmen have we got, I wonder? I think I removed the map ages ago. That's not going to help me find the snowmen. So if we can add that back in. Come on. It's got to be somewhere, right? Navigation. I don't think this will have them on. Oh no, it does. 5 out of 10. Okay. So, I'm just starting in second gear because I can't be bothered to change. And there is a lot more roads here than I would have perhaps initially imagined. A 4-way junction is this. Well, not really a 4-way junction, but have I just looped around? No, I haven't. It's just 2 junctions that look the same. Very, very interesting, that. And we can go all kinds of places. Ooh, do I see something? I saw a light. Probably not a snowman, but I saw a light. And there's some candy canes. Speed. Yeah, just imagine doing this. Would you actually feel safe? Probably not. It is, after all, a old 4-cylinder economy car, and it's going, what, 80 miles per hour? Oh dear, slow it down into this kind of corner. And there we go. We're out the other end with NASCARing it in a front-wheel drive estate, which hasn't even got a V6. Yes. There's the fuel stop. Is there one hiding there? Yes, there is. I think that was on one of the loading screens, to be entirely honest. And other than some light damage to the rear windows, which is, I guess, not surprising because they're so big. Happy holidays. Not for long, because there's not much of their holidays left, but, you know. As I was saying, other than some light damage to the rear windows, it's not actually gone too bad. We can... No, that was a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. Right. I wonder if I can back my way out of it. Back my way out of it using salesman language. Okay, we can go under that sign. This car is taking an amazing amount of abuse, though, for what it is. Right, can we still back it out? I think I made a stupid decision there, though, I will admit. yeah, it looks like it needs just a bit of a tug, and there we go. Speed, and hopefully finding enough grip. I don't think I've damaged the radiator, or anything crucial for that matter. So, that's always a positive. And we fly across the bridge. Just look at how floaty the suspension is. It's why I actually like the Leguan in this game. And I see a snowman wing. Whatever you call it. And possibly a way I can cut through the trees. Although I don't want to do a mud runner and get stuck. It looks like that's just a solid mountain though. It might not be a way through outright, yeah. I'm not going to take the chance. It will take longer trying to get through that than it will trying to just go the correct route through all of this. 30 FPS holding steady there. I don't know. I don't think I've got it limited to 30, but I might have done that in an attempt to get it to behave more stably. There we go. Accelerate out. Do the one tyre wheel spins. And on we go. Let's see. We have to find the snowman as well. Where could he be? I can't hear it. Not at this point, but there is apparently one around here. My only conclusion could be that he is perhaps through there somewhere. Oh no. I'm hearing jingles. There he is. Right, we can't do much off-roading with this, but the ride height isn't too dreadful, so we can do a little. And indeed, we've got him. Or her. I guess it could be a her snowman. I wonder if I've got the Leguan hearse actually, talking of that. It would be a slightly interesting change from this. But I think I'll change this after the next snowman, because I've been using it for a while for the kind of long stretching roads, and it may not appear to be the car I should be using. The Burnside before would appear to be a better car for that, but remember it is very easy to drive, so even though I'm having to floor it everywhere to get just a little speed out of it, I am able to do that without huge consequence. Whereas if I was flooring the Burnside, it would probably end in a tree. I'm pretty sure the number of accidents has gone down, and we've gone over this bridge. I'm pretty sure we did this before. That's my only problem. Unless there's another bridge over there, and there's just loads of them on the map in general. Oh, come on. Oh, we're going under a bridge now. That's interesting. A definite change of pace. I have no idea how long this live stream will go on for, but it will go on. And I'm not looking where I'm going because I'm looking at YouTube. Oh, more minor damage. That was a front window that time. We just hit it on the tree, and I really need to check where I'm going in future. I'm actually quite grown to like this vehicle though. It's just not aggressive. It doesn't throw you off the road or anything of the sort. I'm lost though. I feel like this is coming back into the town, and there's so many more rural roads to explore. I would say why that does it with changing the car now, but I suspect this will still work. And I don't need to change a car that works, eh? If it don't broke, ain't fix it. Yeah, I'm sure that was how it went. Come on. And there we go. So, hopefully we can get around here. I think the radiator's damaged, judging by all that smoke. But just look at this. The overall chassis has survived. It just survives a remarkable amount and keeps going. Ah, Leguan, you are strange cars, but all the better for it. That front wheel, why? How is it even hanging on? It's like, please, just send me to a junkyard now. I think this way is the way we should go, though, because I'm crazy, most likely. And around we go. Oh, come on. It doesn't like steering to the left too much. So we can steer to the right, okay, just not to the left. How am I still going through all this, though? This looks like a secret extra road, though. Maybe not one that's on the map, but it definitely looks like it's supposed to be drivable. Oh, you're designed for off-road trucks, aren't you? Right. We need something with ground clearance that's still relatively small. Basically a little Feroza, but I don't think we have anything like that. Ooh. Another Burnside. You know what? I think we have to use this. Off-road. It's kind of a raised, odd Burnside mod, this. But has a lot of chassis modifications. And I think it has all-wheel drive, so we should theoretically be able to get through this. You can see there's huge springs. The Burnside never had coil springs. The Burnside had leaf springs. So this is a definite change. But this road, I would say escalated quickly, but that would mean it went up. And this has done quite the opposite of that. It's descended quickly. That is probably a more relevant term. Oh dear. I'm wrecking a lot of Burnsides today. The historic car museums are not very happy with me. I borrow their collections and they never see them again. At least not in the condition they loan me them in. So, well, that is a very big dot. A very big dot. Hi, camera. I think we need to go into reverse. Somehow this is still drivable. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, it's not got an open differential, has it? Maybe it has. They are open at the moment, so we can lock them, although I'm aware there's a wheel missing. So that's not going to make it easier to climb or descend or whatever we decide to do in this Burnside. Yeah, that wasn't exactly where I was intending to take it. I'll admit to that much. And we now have a fresh resetted vehicle. Come on. Well, that drowned quickly. I thought it would have a bit more time on it than that, honestly. And we're just going to float our car out here. Because it's easier than resetting it. Come on. Why is my FPS really, really low right now? I'm not so sure. I do apologise. And F7, I think that was it, yeah. We have open differentials again. Hooray, open differential party. Ooh, it's got a roll cage as well and everything on the interior. I didn't think this mod went this far, but hey, apparently it does. So, you know, you want another off-roader in BeamNG, this is not a bad option at all. And, oh no, it's a different gauge cluster as well. I would like to have that on the normal Burnside for my supercar. I did originally download this to see what parts I could get, but it turns out it's a completely different car. As I say, the frame and everything is different to accommodate all-wheel drive, so sadly I can't just steal and reuse bits for my own vehicles. And really, there's 2 gears on this. Oh, it's a dual-matic, I think. I forgot it was an automatic, and I was trying to shift manually. It doesn't have half bad road holding, mine, for what this vehicle is. Come on. Around this way we go. Around this way we go. And oh, bump. Angry, angry trees. Come on. Up we go. Those are quite the fins. Oh, that fin is quite the fin. We actually still have 3 of our lights just work perfectly. And then we have this one little light somewhere back there. Somewhere back. No, we have that light somewhere back there. That does not work. Oh, I found a snowman, though. I was beginning to think I would never see the day, but apparently so. Oh, the frame rate is just really bad. I do need to change this car, though, because I think this is at fault for the frame rates being so bad. I think it's just too complicated for my PC to handle. Brake. You know what? Let's get a Bolide. We won't go with any of the crazy Corsa ones, which are kind of the F40 ones. We'll just go with maybe this one. Corsa drivetrain. Okay, let's give this a try. It's because the other ones, they would never have any kind of ground clearance, so you would never be able to make it over the bumps. I say that, you'll never be able to make it over bumps without wrecking the front end of your car. This one might do such, so that's why I'll give it a try. We can go back onto the road I've just been on, but I do have an ulterior motive for doing such, and come on, why is this FPS so bad? I don't know. Have I got dynamic reflection? No, I've not. I really don't know what's going on. It was fine, as I'm sure you'll be able to attest if you watched the earlier stream. Everything was working fine. I think if I'll have to turn some stuff off. It'll still have good textures and everything, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't take a huge hit. The frame rate is just bad. What if I try a default BeamNG vehicle, one that's not been modded in? I'll have to give that a try. It's about all I can think of now. Let's give a H-Series a try. This has a custom skin, but that's it. So it shouldn't add too much in terms of weight to the game. And yeah, we can repair all our window PCs. I don't know why you need ladders and pipes to do it, but apparently so. Hey, it looks almost smooth now. But it's not. I don't know. Honestly. Maybe I will have to return. No, but the snowman is around here. Vehicle config. No. Could it be cooling in my PC? I don't think it's that bad. I did do testing and stuff to make sure it was fine. Let's go with normal on the textures. I'm really not. I'm at a loss knowing what's causing this because my hardware all seems to be working fine. Although my CPU and GPU are overclocked, nothing seems to have been crashy with them, and I don't know. Oh, this is weird drive, really. Try accelerating up there with a bit more pace and it might make it. Yeah, I mean, I apologise for why the frame rate is just so terrible as it is. I think ultimately I'll have to just get this last snowman and wherever it might be, and I will have to end the stream here because my PC does not want to cooperate for whatever ridiculous reason. Come on. And just trying to find a way through these wall of trees is hard. Oh dear. I'm lost in deep wood. Right, time to cheat. Cheat as only I know how to. That was apparently a crash of sorts. I remember though when we were looking up here, I heard jingle bells. Yes, I suspect to know where he is. Or she is. Or it is. And there we go. Now, one thing I can think to check is check the GPU temperature on Specky or CPU temperature, but I really don't think they'll be that bad. Especially not the CPU, which has a really mighty cooler on it anyway. Yes, Windows 7 is better than Windows 10. That is true. Interestingly, my Xeon, it says 2.67, it is 4 gigahertz. And that is 47 degrees. If it was 4.7, I would be completely amazed. I don't know. The RAM is apparently slow, but I don't see why that should be suddenly giving us slow graphics. While Beam is running, that is holding 70 degrees, as it was in my testing, just fine. So, a little hot, but it shouldn't be doing anything seriously bad to... I mean, I've had the GPU hotter than that, so it can't be a cooling issue. If it really wanted more air to it, it could just get more air to it. They're all my drives. All my drives, that is a SD card. And that's about it. There's my specs. That was random and it didn't make much sense, but I don't think I can play much more Beam on this kind of frame rate. You know, it started off so good, but you can only go so far, I guess. This is ultimately a test live stream. I had no idea how well my PC would handle it, so that's something. I have thought of doing other things, and where's the browser window I was looking for? Yeah, that's where I downloaded Chrome. I have different browser windows on my different monitors, so I kind of got lost. Now, I've had a fun idea. I know it's kind of a Harry Potter parody, but I know the name has been taken already, but that was my working name. I'm going to change that by the time I actually release this book and all that, but if I actually look for something, I can have a bit of fun with this, I think, to finish off. Really? There was one of them. It's blocking that though. There was definitely one I went on before. And it translated it, but very poorly. I don't know, maybe someone bought the URL and did strange things with it. No, I'll have to do the hard way then. The translate. Yeah, I can't spell. I have to do this the hard way. Oh. But anyway, I can read to my people online. Yay. Actually, if I go on Google Translate itself and not just that thingy, it's probably going to be a bit bigger and easier to read. Okay, so I'll start reading then. Dear reader, you are about to enter a dangerous book full of danger, deceit, and treachery. In other words, I am a dirty liar, as this book is actually less likely to hurt you than your typical vending machine. This book still has a stupidly high risk of paper cuts, and bears a serious risk of torment if used as a shuriken. Don't go getting any ideas now. Moving on, I shall begin with a matter very close to my heart. My name. Which probably has to change, let's be honest. Well, my parents had a strong Irish accent from their family history of gypsying. Such a lucky child, this guy is. Which prevented them from pronouncing Harry properly. Hence the name Harry. My second name, however, is derived from my parents' potty manufacturing business. They were actually the best in the business, despite desperately needing to compete with the Chinese-manufactured plastic potties. However, true potty connoisseurs who knew the potty industry inside out, knew that... what? Okay. Cut. I lost myself. Oh dear. Inside Out knew that quality ceramic potties were the way forwards. There's just something about the sensory impact of an authentic ceramic potty. We must stop talking about my naming logic now, as there is a sad disruption making itself heard. Much like those annoying local showers adverts that are destroying our television networks. You see, my parents are no longer with us. This is because an evil witch known as Manahontana, yes, Manahontana, created by Misney, created by Misery, the media company, banished them to Pizza Planet for losing one of her glass stilettos. The Pizza Planet may have seemed like a lucky escape from more dangerous locations, but it sure was a prison for a pair of discerning vegans who, rumour has it, needed to live off water, breadsticks, and Windows 3.1 based arcade games. Then was the impure essence of stale egg and trash, combined with a strong whiff of salt and mushroom from their pathetic excuse for a toilet. I don't know why there's not with there, there really should be. Oh well, now's not the time. Or is it? I don't know. Combined with... I need to do it sooner or later. I don't see how I could have missed that, to be honest. Anyway, it's fixed now. And... The only possible benefit to such a place is that it's open 25 hours a day, apparently. Well, that and the napkins are complimentary. Okay, so... yeah. I don't know why I chose Arabic, it was just at the top, and... It should translate pretty funny once we translate it back into English, and it's not. No, select it. Selector it all. So, copy. And we can paste that. We can paste that into Swedish, sure. Like so. Swedish can get pasted to something else. Like Indonesian. Sure. I wonder if there's any other obscure languages. I could use some Asian language perhaps, because I know these are at least English characters, if you see what I mean. So using something like that. Bengali. No, yes, yeah, that's what I mean. That is shuriken, the one English word. Well, not English, I don't think it is, but the one kind of English word. The rest of it is just obscure characters I don't quite understand. And again, I think we can go to Latvian. Now, Latvian looks similar, to be honest. Is there Japanese or Chinese on here? Let's try traditional. I think traditional Chinese is harder to kind of translate, so indeed I'll try that. And then we can translate it back to English and see what kind of story we've got. And then we go E. Sorry, I had to cough. Okay, let's see then. Let's see what this comes as. Dear readers, the dangerous books you write are full of danger, cheating and betrayal. To be honest, that's probably true. A lot of books are full of danger, cheating and betrayal. I won't deny that, even if it's not what I originally wrote, it's definitely true. In other words, the book is actually less likely to hit you than your regular sales machine. Because I'm a chaotic liar. Okay, I don't think this is coming out well enough. Sorry, but I think we have to translate it some more. Samone. This looks kind of like a derivative of French to me. I'm probably wrong there, I will admit. I got some good stuff, but it just wasn't quite good enough for me. I'll say that now. Turkish, sure. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Paste. And we have the Turkish here. Translated a couple more times. Oh dear. A new tab opened. Icelandic. Yes. This looks like Finnish somewhat. To me. I don't know. How I imagine Finnish looking at least. From my summer car. And then we can try English. Oh, no, Armenian first. And then English. Oh yes, Armenian. I can tell this is going to make a good result. Just due to the weird characters. E. English. There we go. I think this is good. Dear lovers, these dangerous books are full of harmful materials, mirrors, and examples. In other words, the book is more important than an ordinary car because it is a liar. Sorry, I shouldn't have read that with a breath, it had no space. The book is still at high risk for division and taking into account the high level of bookkeeping costs to do so. My name, my heart, brought a problem. Oh, this is touching stuff. Really touching me now. My father had an Irish voice, and he removed Harry's right to convince him. His name too. But my second name is my father's production. Okay. I guess that means his father named him. In fact, despite a desire to compete with Chinese products, the job is best. However, as a food production intervention, I know that butterflies are very advanced. Yes, finally, someone gets it. Butterflies are advanced creatures. You can't just go around campaigning for animal rights for what, cows and horses and saying you can't make horse meat. No, butterflies are very advanced as well. Butterflies also deserve our respect. Some people these days just don't understand it. The real glass is a question which made our television on our site rainy. Not sure what that means. I know what snow is. It's where you have all that fuzzy stuff on your screen. Fuzzy stuff! It's where you have all that fuzzy stuff on your screen. I don't know what rainy is. I guess it must mean when you've got rain on the lens that you're recording something with. Yeah, so the television had a rainy image. We want to eliminate the cause of the accident. Oh, unless they mean someone spilled a drink on there. I'm not sure this is what I wrote about, is it now? See, my father is no longer with us. Hence Hennington. Okay. Okay, he doesn't have a mother anyway, and his father's not with him anymore, because even though I said parents, it somehow only translates to father, I don't know. And I think his father is called Hence Hennington. Yeah, I won't say anything about his name, I might offend him, so probably best. Who opposes some kind of morality is an individual that transforms them into the Persian world. Okay. It was that film, Prince of Persia. I didn't watch it, it's just there was loads of adverts and everything for it at one stage, and then kind of, I guess the people who made it kind of backed away, they were like, let's just pretend this never happened. Because, I don't know, it presumably wasn't very well received or something. And under the gloom of bathing, salt and salty salt, and old garbage. Oh dear. I should put that on my wall to go with the second leg in the oven wouldn't stir, which was on a Russian microvan review. Yeah, we need this. And under the gloom of bathing, salt and salty salts. It's just, I didn't mention salt once. How are you getting salt? Not once, not twice, but 4 times out of my text. Honestly. And old garbage. The only opportunity to open 25 hours a day when it's done. So, the poem is free. Oh, well that's very nice of you. You open 25 hours a day, and when it's done, the poem's free. Wow. Not that I would trust your poetic skills, but you tried at least. And that is definitely something. And what else have we got? That's my gaming channel. Why I'm on it, I don't know. I wonder if there's any new mods on Beam. Not really. We can do this, then do some more of this. So, let's copy some more of the text then. Why not? I'm enjoying this, so, you know, even if no one's watching, even if no one ever watches this, at least I enjoyed myself. It's just that I've not done much on this channel lately, so kind of wanted to try something. Just see if this setup would work for live streaming well, and indeed, it appears to be doing such. Okay, so they say that if my neighbour hadn't walked in desperately needing to borrow my father's electric shaver, I wouldn't have lived to tell the tale. As the story goes, Britme, that was actually, I was kind of doing Britme spheres, but then I changed my mind and it was going to be Manor when I changed my mind. So, that's something, where was it? Edit tools it should be. Nope. Word count, I have a lot of words here. I have 11,000 words I've written on here. Probably not enough, but, you know, it's going to have editing done, it's going to be proofread and everything, and that will finish it off. For the time being, I can't find that part of the text, so I'll just call that Manor Hontana. As the story goes, Manor was going to banish me too, but she did quite fancy an egg roll from the 23.5 hours bakers across the road. That's when my neighbour walked in to find that my parents were both away without the car, or their 2-year-old child. He quickly wrote a note saying something like, "I have taken your child," with his phone number tacked onto the end. Obviously, so it looks like a ransom note. And my hair's going everywhere. Oh dear. I'm pushing it to the wrong side. Disaster has struck the hair tree. For all those years I spent being raised by my neighbour, it never felt right, not least because a single 35-year-old parent with a 1-bedroom flat was barely the typical family arrangement. I had few toys and meals at awkward times, but it didn't matter much, as I was living just fine, in spite of what Manor Hontana may have wanted, although her rumoured addiction to egg rolls was probably getting the better of her. We now time jump to almost 8 years in the future, partially because nothing interesting happened in that time, other than a news report declaring everything we know is wrong, and partially because I'm lazy and want to finish this paragraph and eat another breadstick. Ah, good old breadsticks. As of the aforementioned time, there was a great dispute going on as to what I would end up doing with my life. My father, or at least a man whom I had learned to call Dad, he wanted me to follow in his footsteps and become a freelance magician, while I wanted to become a snake charmer. This dispute would continue unsettled for far too long, until one rainbow bittersweet evening in mid-2016, there was a strong smell of pig dung loitering around the property. I murmured to myself, "I'll go to magic school when pigs fly," and looked back down towards my beaten portable gaming console, because we can't mention brand names, can we now? The next thing I knew, that night, there were sudden and abrupt thudding sounds on my bedroom window. I looked out to see what appeared to be a rotund pig with petite fairy wings, in a present costume, continuously driving itself into a pane of glass, which explains the pig dung, really. I did what any self-respecting 10-year-old would do and opened my window for it to fly in. The pig then approached the opening with ferocious speed and almost knocked me out. The pig then took a quick dump on my white carpet and continued out the window on its merry way, dropping a letter on its way out. Great, I thought to myself, now I have a stained floor and somebody else's mail. Or was it? You see, the strangest thing happened that day, and I still don't understand why. I had a letter entitled, Dear Student, in his chosen profession. My father would have claimed it was here because of magic, an attempt to sell it to a dodgy antiques dealer with a twitchy moustache. At that moment, I did what I needed to do. I grabbed the letter and lightly pulled the flap open, revealing a small, transparent, rectangular sticker made of plasticky material. Sticker with the words, Warranty void if open, printed on it. Too late for that, I said as I threw the envelope onto the ground, coincidentally into the pile of pungent pig dung. Just as I was about to start reading, my windows were forced open by letters flying into my room. I was practically drowning in paperwork by the time my dad came in with his camera phone. The letters were all exactly the same. Sadly though, my father didn't know this as he excitedly opened a letter to find out that I'd be following in his footsteps to become a magician / dodgy white van man. Because that's what he does for a job. He goes around selling magic to people on the street. And yeah, that's something. What was it? There we are. Better still, enrollment was apparently free. After a while of reading the same words, he said, We're having a fire today, and he chucked all the spare letters into our ceramic bathtub and rubbed a pair of sticks together in an attempt to set fire to them. Not only was it a bad idea to attempt to set them on fire and fail, but after borrowing neighbour Steve's lighter, it became ever more apparent that this was a worse idea than rubbing sticks together, as it only made them fly out the toilet and sink to put out the fire. Yes, indeed. Letters flying out the toilet. And I think that's about all we need to translate. I cut off a bit of the end there because it's not necessary. And I've read quite a bit now of the story. Let's look at Somali. Yep, that'll give us something to work with. Come on. It's a bit longer than in English. Copy. And we can hopefully delete that. Oh dear. I pressed enter instead. We can then translate it into Romanian. And then, oh dear. I want Japanese somewhere in here now this time. Maybe a bit earlier, but still I want it in here. Delete, delete. And that will give us another thing to translate. Ooh, Italian. Yes, we're having Italian. Feed you some Italian bits of text. And delete that. Paste. A, B, C, D, F, G, H. I can have Javanese, which I'm aware is completely different, but hey, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Just look at these sentences. Make no sense to me, but if you're Javanese, maybe it makes some semblance of sense. And Japanese. Where are you? Do you have Japanese? There we go, right above Javanese. And here we have all the fancy letters, which are what Romanji, not Romanji, that's the one that isn't real. I think it was hiragana, katakana, and kanji was all of the Japanese things. I want to translate into another kind of European language this time. French, yeah, and then I want to translate it back into perhaps something else I've never heard of. And then I'll translate it into something like Chinese, which should, again, bring the Asian characters in. And because it's a harder language to translate, it should really mess with stuff. So, try this one. copy that one, paste that one, and I'll try traditional Chinese, and then I'll go back to simplified Chinese, because that should give us a good result. And wait, do I need to copy this? I think I do. Copy and paste. Portuguese can be our stopgap between the two types of Chinese. And then after I've done simplified Chinese, we can move back to English and see what we've got. Such fun. So, Chinese simplified. There we go. And copy. Paste. Chinese simplified to Dutch. Come on. And then Dutch can go to English. Oh. No, 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 no. Paste to English. Come on. So I think that's it. I think I finally got it done. And just clear my throat. Apologies. And here we have what I finished with. Although my neighbour is not a although my neighbour, it looks almost like it's a seizure there. Oh dear. Wouldn't want the neighbour having seizures. I can tell you that. Although my neighbour is not a serious traveller, I would not talk about him if I had to borrow from my father's father. So basically a grandfather. Like the history of England, I eat eggs. With me, within 23.5 hours. His neighbour saw an elderly man sitting in the car without a 2-year-old boy. That's just wrong. How can you sit in a car without a 2-year-old near to you? But I eat eggs. Yeah. He immediately wrote the last telephone number. I have a... No, sorry. I'm getting my tones wrong and everything. He immediately wrote the last telephone number. I have a child. Oh, so he does have a child, but he's not in the car. Oh, this just isn't making sense. Wait, is the father's father the man in... It's the father's father? The elderly man sitting in a car without a 2-year-old boy who wrote the last telephone number as I have a child. But then why isn't the child in the car with him if he has the child? It doesn't make any sense. I know I'm probably trying to overthink it, I apologise. But anyway, over the years I have learned that 35-year-old neighbours have never heard of justice in a standard family room. Yeah, that is so true. I mean, 35-year-old neighbours specifically, they cannot carry out justice in a family room that's pretty standard in terms of proportion because, yeah, I don't know. Neighbours are just like that, aren't they? Especially when they're 35 years old. Montana is very satisfied. That sounds like how she asks. That sounds like how she acts when she enjoys her tea, but not for a good lie. Well, as Hannah Montana. No, sorry, I can't say that. A certain company will sue me. Has Montana turned into Dobby then? It's always a possibility. The problem is better than this. Depending on the waste processing. Some people, really. They've got to get better waste processing. We have been playing for almost 8 years because interesting things happen outside of our faults news. It sounds so true. It sounds so true in a way I'll never understand. And I'm annoying. Well, that is true. We all know that's true. And I'm annoying. I want to finish this part. Eat other parents. Okay, I think that's just me going insane for that one line there. Oh dear. Don't worry, there's not much more to endure. If I tell my father how to manage my life, or if I should learn a question called father, there is a lot of inconsistency in this matter. She wants to become a free mentor and endure the rhythm and endure the rhythm. Wait, is the person who is supposedly my father suddenly a she? Okay, I guess if he wants to change his gender that much, I don't have a problem with it. You know, not something I'm doing, but if he wants to. Oh dear. Oh dear. The story is really taken on a mind of its own this time, I think. Possibly the most interesting thing of all, though, is look, all the words are normal English words. It's not just chucking up garbage. They are actual words it's translated to. It's just in the oddest way. I want to be a brain product. That is just a sentence. It's a statement to the world. I want to be a brain product, yo. Yeah, not very good gesturing, but I still want to be a brain product. This dispute will continue until mid-2016. Dispute with who? So, what, my father's having a gender change and I want to be a brain product, but we're arguing about it for some reason. I don't know. These typical matters that go on these days probably are, to be honest. A large bird passes this site. I complain to myself, I am very proud to swim. How are you proud if you're complaining? They're two contrasting emotions, surely. Watch my dance floor and go to school. Okay, I don't know. I could make a complete dystopian weird kind of comedy out of this, like just translate the story but translate it really badly so it tells a completely different story of everything but still kind of fits together in the grand scheme of things. I think that would be quite interesting, to be entirely honest. Where was I? What I know now is that windows are windows at night. This is the point I back away and then turn around and slowly back away and turn around and then quickly run off, basically. I would like to see a modern way that has always doubled and looks like a pig. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want a modern way that has doubled and looks like a pig? I do. I certainly do. 10 years ago, I did not respect myself. I opened a window. Oh dear, no. This almost wrote something that probably should not be written about in a light-hearted novel. Oh dear. It's far too deep for my kind of novels. Then the stock is closed and almost defeated. Pig immediately led the weapon, left the window, and wrote his happy hour. Oh no, he's letting go of the pig so he can go to happy hour. I'm so sad. I'm so sad for that pig. And I've been live streaming for over an hour. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, I think I now have a post office that's separated from the basement. Oh, there. Well, you know, a post office in a basement, it does tend to scare customers away. So, I agree with why you would want it separated from the basement. Also, people might go in there and steal all your beer that you keep down there for storage. So, I can see the point of that. You see a stranger day, but I do not know why. Yeah. You don't know why. I don't know why it's a strange day. You should know perfectly why. I have a project called Best Students. Full stop. When you choose occupation, My father trusts in magic here. Try to buy a boat at home with a small discount. After I had done what I needed, I grabbed a letter and opened it with a plastic lid. Yeah, I mean, we all buy boats at home with a small discount. It starts out as a small discount, then you've bought all their stock though, doesn't it? You just can't trust their supposed offers anymore. It's just the way it works. And we all open our letters with plastic lids. Just highlight this. Yeah, we all open our letters with plastic lids. I mean, who doesn't? Plastic lids are extremely useful for opening our letters. Like so. Type, make sure it is open. Late. I told them that they had dropped an envelope, especially a pig. Yep, I think it was a pig envelope. I think that's what we can work out. In the envelope. No, especially a pig in the envelope. There was a pig inside the envelope. How you would fit an entire pig in the envelope? Magic. Ooh. Ooh. Magic. Yeah, that is my new magic gesture. Magic. When I started reading books. Oh, that's just a sentence. My window was forced to burn in my room. When my father arrived, I called the newspaper. That's a bit far, isn't it? Son, I'm home. Yes, newspaper. This is a serious matter. My father's here. These letters are the same. Unfortunately, my father, although he did not know how happy he was in the newspaper. What is... This is some different stuff. This is letting his pig go to happy hour, and he's still seeing the pig everywhere. He's even seeing the pig in the letters he's opening. And he eventually becomes so paranoid about it that he ends up framing his father for a crime in the newspaper. Oh dear. It's like, it gets worse though. He did not know how happy he was in the newspaper. It implies he's been framed for a crime he didn't commit. But like my son is, this is what you wanted, isn't it, father? This is what you wanted. Knew he would follow his procedure as a subtle but clear goal. A good subscription is free. That's true. Talking of a good subscription. Yeah. No, sorry. Good subscription in that way. Talking of a good subscription. Just blatantly advertise my own channel. After reading the same words, he said, "We were on fire!" Yeah, we were on fire, father. We were trending on the top of YouTube. Open all the balconies and burn 2 sheets of paper. I do love how specific that is, though. You know, you have to open all the balconies, but we have to burn 2 sheets of paper each, specifically. We have 1 for each hand, and it represents the burdens we carry everywhere we go. There we go. This translator is very serious, and it's very deep as well. It is not a bad idea to have a fire fail, but when his neighbour Steve failed, he could wash and burn. What? Neighbour Steve is suddenly like this guy that just doesn't matter. Oh, neighbour Steve has failed. We're not gonna save him. He's not burned his stuff effectively. We're not gonna go in and save him. So, he had a more serious idea to deal with the incident. Oh no. A more serious idea to deal with Steve's incident. I fear, honestly. I fear that someone's going to get hurt as a result of this, directly. But anyway, I mean, that's all the translation's done. That was a very strange story, but it was exactly what I was trying to get. The thing is, up here, it's not actually that unusual for the first 3 paragraphs, what you would expect from the translator, but then here we get all these weird things being said that kind of make sense, but I kind of can't understand it. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this stream now. end this stream. And I'll say goodbye until another day.